Yo, what's up guys? My name is Nate Hamilton. Thanks for finding our channel. In today's episode, we're covering our first competition at Clutch Kickers, Freedom Factory in Florida. A lot of details, a lot of rain. Here we go. All right guys, let's dive into Friday's practice. So this is the first thing up in the race. So basically here's where we get our gearing, suspension, track layouts, on-off banks, and just get comfortable. So with that being said, I go out for my first run and something was happening to the car. We were trying to kind of figure out what was going on in the rear end. I couldn't hear anything, but it felt like the power wasn't happening to the rear wheel. So what's happening is I took my first run and definitely still having some of those issues from the TMS issue that you guys might have looked at if you watched the last video. Long story short, whenever I go to get the car up to full speed ahead, there's like a weird chattering, and then there feels like no output of power. So first step right now, we're about to try axles. So the boys are swapping axles out. Then from there, maybe a rear end. But let's try the axles first because it's the quickest, and we'll go from there. Again, today's Friday, it's just practice. So it's all okay. I just gotta breathe. It was just like a output of power issue. It's like I go, like passenger side flick in, and then that, like there was like no rear passenger wheel spinning. But the backlash in my rear end feels like a lot. But we think that's because we were feeling the axle actually not moving, but the wheel was moving at the CV. So maybe I harmed it whenever I loaded it up. Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of hard to explain.
Yeah, it is.
In alignment of a gnarly rainstorm, we were able to just think as a team and say, all right, let's replace our axles while it's raining and we'll get right back out there for practice. So I want to do a quick pause here and shout out to my crew. Brandon and Adrian were working super hard in literally puddles to get the car readjusted and ready for practice. With that being said, my car was not idling correctly and my battery had died. So this left us up to even more confusion. So from here, Josiah's team was able to plug into my computer and read that my throttle position was off. So it was reading 4 to 5% at idle with no throttle adjustment. So this was throwing all the tables off in the ECU. Quick fix, and we were ready for Saturday.
So Friday's practice equals no practice. I don't know, man. Like, car's feeling funky, and it's doing a lot of weird stuff in the bolts. Turn the fans on and off, and it's just not happening. It's not idling consistent. I don't know. There's a lot of water that went into that back, like, area. Just feel like we're going backwards. So kind of frustrating, like, as a driver, because obviously dudes are getting laps, and I've never driven here before, and I want to do really well. So I think the best thing for me right now is just to calm down and let this team do their thing, and
Go get some dinner.
we'll go from there. So I'll update you guys in a bit.
Let's pull the plug and put it, let's see if it's wet.
If you test the power to the plug and
It's not wet. Yeah. It's good. It's perfectly dry. Alright, that has got to be 13 or 14. Alright, give. Hold it. Washer. Oh, there's
30 minutes left.
got it. Oh, this one doesn't have the ground stuff.
They extended practice. We swapped our alternator. Let's see if the car is happier. Screen's gonna drive me crazy. Nothing.
It keeps on revving up and down is because it's going into different parts of the timing map. So it's adding timing, pulling timing, adding timing, pulling timing, right?
Yeah.
And then when it drops down to like 13.3 or whatever, it's actually because it's idling at like 400 or 500 RPM.
Yeah.
So the alternator's just having such a hard time with the fans and everything, right? Yeah. So I think we should start from scratch with the idle and get into idle properly, and then go from there. And that way we get a steady voltage reading.
So do you think, like, how would that reset, or like how does that happen?
Yeah, because it didn't do that at all.
We had this, like, maybe if the battery died, like it died? No.
Yeah, like just because, like,
hey Pat, do you think because the idle air temperature is reading so high, it's causing it fluctuation?
No, that won't cause it to fluctuate. Like I definitely don't like putting the intake air temp sensors in a cast manifold because they heat so really bad.
Because it's inaccurate. Because in these systems, they use the IAT to set your tune, right?
Yeah.
Because it's your ambient temperature.
Yeah.
Right? That's your airflow coming into the motor.
Yeah.
So.
We literally just talked about this last week on the engine we're working on at shop.
So you think because the idle is so up, it's drawing?
No, it's just not letting it charge.
Yeah, I think it's not. I think it's because then it gets into that rhythm, right? And then it starts dropping so low that then battery voltage and everything's dropping so low. Everything's gonna start
Yeah.
dimming, right?
Dude, hook me up.
So let's
Make it idle.
Oh, we can make it idle. We can make it idle.
That's just the start.
Okay, more. Any more? Oh yeah, like we'll get it 10 times better.
Cool.
Okay, try that.
Ready again?
Should we go home? Oh. Okay, ready?
Tiny bit more. Yeah, so the minute you hit the throttle, then the idle air control valve is also going to come up, and then the idle air control valve is going to bring the RPM back down. So that's why you'll see it slowly come back. Gosh!
Dude, she's happy now. The fans are on. Like, it's holding at like 13.9. But I'm saying, I feel like I should turn the lights on and the power steering. That way everything's on just like I would be.
Yeah, like he's only in there real steady.
Still holding 14 over. Yeah. No, it's like, good.
The boys looked at the ECU. They realized my actual like pedal was at 5% when I wasn't even touching it at all, and this was confusing everything as it tried to idle. So with that being said, they fixed it pretty quickly, and we were ready for like a clean day on Saturday, which we needed because on Friday we had no practice whatsoever. So shout out to Clutch Kickers. They did the best job they could to even have a show. Two things to note. At the Freedom Factory, in the infield, right? So you guys know the bank, and then when we come off the bank and you see the pavement change, this pavement is like ice. I think they literally coated it for burnouts and certain things that go on that is not drifting, but for drifting, it makes for literally like the slickest ice feeling ever. So as soon as it rains enough, they just cancel the day. This happened. So for example, I think it was Hurt, Hanadale, and myself, and maybe a few others, we got to take our first qualifying run, and I got somewhere in the mid 70s, and that was like a decent result for the lack of practice that we got. With that being said, a huge storm followed us up and canceled qualifying like altogether, and from there they had to pretty much do a random draw for all of the qualifying positions out of the 70 dudes there, and somehow randomly we qualified third. All right, drivers meeting. So we did our qualifying session. It started raining really hard. You guys seen that. So from here, I guess they're gonna brief these guys on what's next and how we're gonna go about more rain coming in. So what we've decided to do in the best interest of getting all the driving done is we're going to basically cancel qualifying, go to randomized top 64. We're gonna try and go and do top 64 tonight. Get here super early in the morning to bang out 32 before the weather gets here. If not, there's a very, very slim chance this event will be completed at all, given the weather that's coming. 9 o'clock tonight, all hell's supposed to break loose. They're prepping the track as hard as they can. We're not gonna let you guys drive if there's any water on the skid pad whatsoever because it's completely undrivable. So if it gets to the point where it did yesterday where it was kind of patchy and you guys will be able to do safe runs, but we need you to get your cars ready and be ready to go if we give the green light, because we're gonna go as fast as we possibly can to try and get 64 done tonight. I apologize to the guys who already get to qualify, but this is about the only option we have if we want to get the event done. The judges are going to explain a few more things. I need you to go get your cars ready to go. Yesterday was very difficult. Today seems like luck is on our side. So we just got the results for tonight's top 64, and I have a buy run. so I won't have to worry about the weather or the conditions. Hopefully tomorrow we just start fresh on some dry pavement. These first races, like the Clutch Kickers round 1, always feels like a high school reunion or something. Like all the homies get together, and there's a lot of camaraderie at the Clutch Kickers races. It still feels like a grassroots competition. So yeah, like shout out to Hurt, came by and kicked it. Denofa came by and kicked it. I, for the first time, had my teammate Josiah under the same awning. So our teams meshed so well. And yeah, dude, we got to see a lot of the people we print for. LZ was across the street. So the vibes were up, and the rain actually allowed for a lot of time to hang out, unfortunately, right? Because we all wanted to be behind the steering wheel. But yeah, it was good vibes. Yeah, getting to kick it with Josiah and the FDF boys, obviously it was a first for us to be in a race setting together. And you kind of get those, we meshed really well, and then we were very competitive against each other. So it's a yin and a yang. Car setup wise, we were sharing our notes. Feedback wise, Josiah would run different timing than me, so it was cool to be able to like share experiences on the track. But you would see like kind of in qualifying where we all got competitive and we tried to out qualify each other. But the vibes as a team are going really well, and I'm looking forward to the future with them. All right, so yeah, after the race, we really cracked a cold one and hung out, and it was really cool because that side of drifting is still alive at Clutch Kickers, to where from Yankee with Sasha, Grip Royal Scott, who else? Dan Sumner, Danger Dan, Hurt, LZ, just Haltech, like dude, just the whole scene gets together and just remembers why we're all there. And yeah, so it's always cool to end it on that. Shout out to Florida, shout out to Clutch Kickers. The race was tough for us as a team. We felt behind most of the time, and the rain kept us down. But the sun came out, and we all had a good time at the end of the day.
All right, top 32 battle. So this will be my first run of the day, and everything's feeling good. Sun's out, track's looking good, car's feeling great. So I battle Eric Munkling in his S14, so it should be fun. And from here, we'll just run a nice smooth line, just kind of enjoy myself out front. And then when I chase him, I'm really just gonna kind of read some feedback from my spotter and then just figure out how aggressive to be in this top 32 battle. So let's see how it goes.
You left me on the on the line. You were gone. It was so
I was on the light too. I was like, ah,
dude, that was rad.
but I have to do it. Like, so, like my car, I have to like, or I had been. I'm sure I could figure something out. But like, I leave it second, just ride the clutch out, and then third, fourth, like as hard as I can, and just like clutch kick into the bank and like floor it the whole time.
It was so sick.
I had like front wash, like on you on the bank. I'm like on you, and I touched the foot brake, and it like started to come up, and I was like, no.
Let me shout out Eric Conkling, man. So this was my top 32 battle, and I did, to be completely honest with you, Eric, I underestimated you. My dad came through the headset and said, he's fast, man. And I took it for granted. So if Eric had not made a mistake, I truly believe he would have won. So Eric, shout out to you for driving so hard, man. Like, it's good to see you come up. And whether it not be that mistake, I think I fell off in my chase too much and you would have got the win. So just wanted to shout that out.
Now let's get into the meat.
All right, let's go.
All
right.
right.
Let's go.
Yo, make my happen, Nate. Let's get into it.
All right, let's go. Where do we start? So let's start on my lead run. So I qualified third, so I would lead first. In this, I'm gonna be completely transparent, so Taylor Hull knows what's up. So my goal was to run as big of angle in every section as I could. I figured on my side, with the new FDF kit, what I had was angle. I know Taylor has the speed, but I had the angle. So with that being said, I entered in turn 1, outer bank, felt really good, nice and high, big angle coming off the bank, inner 1, switch back to 2, and here's where I threw a ton of angle. As soon as I got right back on throttle, boom, rear end loops out, I spun. In this, it's frustrating. I usually have gotten over spinning, but I don't know, the combination of off the bank and then the new kit and just kind of all things considered with the slick entry and me going hard, whatever, spun out, 0. Now I'm up for my chase, and this is where, just like Taylor says, I literally tried to force an error. If I'm able to put it on his door and cause him to do something weird, I could still win, or it could be a one more time. So like, even if you spin on your lead, it was so important for me to stay focused and just be like right on him. And that's exactly what I did. Leaving the line, check this out.
Got cars in here. We have cars in here.
Can I get out of the car? God damn it. Can I get out? Hopping out.
What are you doing? How you doing?
I'm good.
All right. Took a good hop there.
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. You didn't whack your head? No, nothing like that?
No, I'm okay.
Okay. Well, I think we're going to have to wreck her, aren't we?
I
Stay
assume.
there for a second.
What's up with drifting, man?
Dude, off. Let me make sure there's no broken arm.
Can I check it out?
Yeah, that right one's busted.
Zach, can I get out?
Right, but the arm's not broke. He's okay. You good?
Yeah.
You can get out.
All right, guys. It's Taylor Hull. Super sorry. I was pushing really hard. I know he's an amazing driver. But shout out to drifting, right? This is what it's all about. You got to go 100%. Oh, man, I came into him super hot. Got him. Tried to get out of it. Ran into him again. Shout out to drifting, though. I tried hard.
I think you can drive yours, just go slow.
Am I good? Am I good?
Yeah, you can drive.
Okay.
It's just bent at the hind.
Yeah, take a look.
Okay.
Just go slow.
Okay.
The one hind's like
Yeah.
Hey, no, actually.
Fuck, sorry, bro.
It's all good.
Super sorry about that.
It's all right. Shit
I was-
happens. You had to go for broke. I get it. It's up, but it'll be all right.
I owe you a t-shirt.
Yeah, you do. You do owe me.
He's drifting, right?
Well, there's in here, let's bring it to
Drivers have to make these split-second decisions in order to.
Are we good? Is this thing gonna roll?
It'll roll.
You good?
It'll roll.
Okay.
It's not broke at the hind, it's just bent at the hind. The inside one on the bottom of the arm's bent.
I'm gonna try to go.
Yeah, you should be fine. You tuck to the side, the same thing I said. I don't know how your arms held up to that. Mine didn't break either. You good?
Yeah. Okay.
You got it going underneath too, but you'll be good. Work.
Bank looked f***ing awesome, but that big angle, I knew it. How was grip?
I don't know. It's better on the second run than the first.
First it looked like you had no grip going to the infield.
Yeah, it was like the tire wasn't there for me until the second run. Ah.
Yeah, grip the gear up, it's so clear.
So clear.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Tornado. What's the call on it?
I lost.
2 and a 5.
Oh, really?
But I tell you,
That's gonna make for a good clip, right, guys? The thing is like when we're drifting, it's so complicated, dude. He slowed way down, and where he, in literature, in the text, in the driver's meeting, is completely in the right, was a braking zone. So he could come through, inner clip 2, transition, brake, get back on throttle for that outer 2, which I just did not brake. I wanted to keep the pace, and I wanted that transition timing to be super smooth and land right on his door. Taylor, I tried my best to get the car to stick and not hit you, but definitely like the pace slowed down quite a bit, and boom, I got into his door. He tried to stay in throttle to make the turn happen, but he was in the grass and his car spun around so quick that he hit me, and from there I launched into the air and ended my day. Those are just the facts, guys. I wanna there's a lot of drama, and Taylor got a lot of heat for this one.
Because he also dirt jogged, right?
I mean, that's the thing. I think if we slow down the footage and we go from the live stream footage to my in-car footage, I bumped him before he hit the dirt. It was my fault. I just knew he was fast, and I had studied his transitions, and he doesn't throw as much angle as me. So I figured I could make up that gap by not braking in a braking section, which, boom, got me into him. He spun around, hit me on a nice exit, and from there, I had broke some things in my subframe, and my weekend was over. Once the judges, kind of deemed me at fault and him being in a braking zone, and I should have slowed down, and I hit him, etc., we knew we were done for the weekend. So really, the task for the boys was just to get the car to roll into the trailer. And so we kind of buttered up that little eyelid so we can get the car to roll back into the trailer, which ended up breaking as Brandon tried to get the car back into the trailer. Plug that phone.
All right, we're done. I think we lost top 16. Maybe we were like 12, 13, something like that. Fun times, good vibe. Everyone helped out packing up. It's raining again. Look. You're far too to the left. If you want to know a secret, watch your driver's side timer to the actual...
Okay, I was watching Adrian.
I know, but you can do both.
You don't see that? Like,
It's because the rear wheel is Adrian, the rear end is this way.
I know.
You have to set him up this way.
I know, but literally he's coming at such an angle that it's not. He's gonna hit this.
Don't get how it got worse.
Let's get the jack.
No.
Right?
Try one more time, but Brandon, you gotta be far left, dude.
Like you have to set yourself this
Far
way.
left.
Y'all are gonna break this cord right here.
It's a learning exercise.
No, just don't get how it got worse. Like he backed all the way out and then made it worse. Like it just got worse.
It's just walking in like this. He's struggling.
Watch though.
Bless his heart.
He said, I got this. I got you. If you want me to do it, I can do it.
Yes, please.
Are you done trying?
That wheel's sideways, man.
He can't.
I got this.
hey, that wheel's sideways.
It's
Yes.
First try, Brandon.
Well, I mean, like, you're literally the driver.
I love Brandon though. But look at this rear wheel. Oh, sad. Damn. The good news is, this is always the hardest part, right? It's like, what happens when you get knocked out and then you have like the rest of the day? So for us, there's two things that happen. One of which is we study the class, so we get to watch the race finish.
and we get to kind of like just focus on how it plays out. Focus on who's doing well and how they're doing well. That way, round 2, we at least have some data and some information so we don't completely check out. Then from there, I'm able to actually check out a little bit, hang with some fans, connect with vendors and people there. And this is kind of like more on the print house side because we print for so many people. So it gives me a moment that I'm not in competition anymore to, I guess you'd say, like just connect with everybody on a personal business level. And so yeah, just bounce around, cracked a cold beer, enjoyed the time with Accelera and Tire Streets and Josiah and his boys. And just really, yeah, just take a moment to like remember why being at the racetrack is cool. Some guys like to lose, pack up, and get the heck on. Not us, we commit the whole day there. And this allows our team to as well, like just vibe and market and meet other drivers or meet other crew and just like host a little party. So we just, just like put on a smile and enjoyed the rest of the day and kicked it. I'm competing for me, but I feel that I'm trying to speak for drifting as a larger like piece. So like there's a lot of kids I'm competing with that look up to me as like an OG in the same way I would look up to Sammy Tiger or Chris Forsberg as an OG. So there's like levels to kind of the class out there, and I feel like it's cool for me to mentor some of the younger dudes and spend time with them outside of the competition like realm. So you kind of notice that like whenever I get knocked out of the race, I get to hang with all those dudes and then not be like a competitive dude against them. And you'll see them come up and be like, yo, what do you think about this or that? Or like things they wouldn't ask when I'm competing against them. So it kind of breaks this barrier. And like I said, for me, it's like I'm competing for me, but I think people see me as a spokesman for drifting. And so it's just like, it's cool to blend both of those, even though you hate getting knocked out early. But still makes for a good time, either way.
Hey, I'm Nate Hamilton. Welcome to the update. I lost today and I suck, but I'm going to be a great dad. Super good dad, though. Nate! You don't care. I'm Nate Hamilton. And I love you.
That's what you get for hanging out in the South.
He don't care. He don't care. I'm Nate Hamilton and I love you. Foot race!
Wait, stop! It's getting serious. Oh!
Come on, Dan. I had you on that one.
Okay, so next week we're headed to Hyperfest, VIR. See you guys there. This is gonna be stacked with amazing drivers. So for me, I get to drive with some of the legends of the sport. Chris, Vaughn, a bunch of OGs. Gets me super stoked to get back in the 240. It's like nostalgic, right? But with that being said, we're also doing 3 days of ride-alongs, so check that out. We're bringing out our whole new merch booth. So we have new merch, fresh sticker packs, all things considered there, steering wheels from Grip Royal. So come support us, check us out, find us. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll see you guys at Hyperfest. Next videos to come. And thanks for y'all's support, man. The website, all those sales are happening. Thank you guys for clicking that shit. We really, really appreciate it. 144's on the come up. Thank you guys.